Hey y'all. Well, as you can see, it's afternoon, late afternoon. Actually, it may have even poured into the evening. I'm not sure what time it is. All this time change stuff really just kind of gets me confused. We just wish that they'd just fix it and leave it alone. Park it halfway between daylight savings and whatever the other one is. But anyway, I'm taking a 15-minute walk. It sounds kind of strange, but I've been doing a little bit of reading on controlling diabetes, and I am pre-diabetic, but I am not diabetic. Hugh is diabetic and has been diabetic since he was 40 years old, and now at almost 65, he has never had to take insulin, and we were very careful with his diet for, well, as with everything else, until Jared passed, and all of our interest in taking care of ourselves kind of went to the wayside for a while. And we want to now, but we're just having a hard time getting back in the groove of it. However, I had read this week that one of the ways to keep your blood sugars under control is to take a 15-minute walk after every meal. And to me, that sounds really doable. I think it has something to do with this doctor that I was listening to said that it's not about having too much blood or sugar in your blood, glucose in your bloodstream. It's about having too much insulin in your bloodstream. And I can't explain everything. I just know. I just have to listen to experts and just kind of rely on their knowledge. So that's what I'm doing. Hugh, unfortunately, as he's the one with the blood sugar issue, I wish he were out here walking with me. But his knees are still giving him a really, really bad... The shots helped for about 6 weeks, y'all. And they're not helping any longer. And it makes me so sad. It just really makes me sad. Because they gave him so much relief for a while. So we see the doctor again in April. And they will determine at that point what the next step is. I want to take y'all in here and show you what Chelsea and I did. We've noticed that the girls have been, well, they must all be outside. Hold on, let me close the door. Nobody in the rafters, look at that. That's unusual. But we got the new nesting boxes installed. And all filled with fresh wood chips. And I may go ahead and put some 2x4s around the bottom just to kind of make them feel a little bit more secure in there. But as you can see, they've actually been nesting over here in this little cubby hole. Just put all these branches in here to make it just feel safe. And we're going to do that tomorrow in front of these as well. Just make them a little barrier so they feel like they're hiding. But now they have 3 nesting boxes, but we suspect that they'll be nesting underneath of them, like over there. But hopefully this is all going to make them feel secure enough that once they are turned free at the end of the month, that they will still want to come in here to roost and even to nest if they do decide to raise young. Ouch. Hit my head on something. There they are. There's everybody. There's everybody. Seriously? Do you guys have to be so noisy? I don't know if you can see Ferdinand over the top of the goose house. He's over there showing off for somebody. We got all this mess to clean up from where we built this. But yeah, they're just enjoying their cool evening outside. There's George. But anyway, so, ow, I hit my head going out, and then I hit my head going back in. I've got to move that. But as you can see, now they have roosting ledge on the edge of each of the nesting boxes. And they have this roost and those roosts way up there. Look at that feather stuck on that string. So they have roosts the height of whatever they might choose. They can roost at 3 feet, at 4 feet, at 6 feet, or at 9 feet. Lots of options. There you go. To live the life of a peacock, right? All right. But anyway, I say that a lot, don't I? Anyway, it's kind of like my favorite filler word. So we did bring home our greenhouse yesterday, our high tunnel. I'm not sure exactly what to call it. I think officially it's a high tunnel because it will not be heated. But here are all of the bent poles for it. And then we've got to get the raised beds built because it'll be about 2 feet high before we start inserting these guys into the wood. So here he is cutting us some 6x6s that we will put the base together, probably about 3 or 4 high, so it will be either 18 or 24 inches high. Right through here somewhere. Excuse me. We want it far enough away from the house that it doesn't get shadowed by the morning sun, or the house shadows this area, because the sun comes up over there. So we don't want that, and then we don't want it so close over there that when everything is leafed out in the spring and summer, it shadows it over as well. So this area right here seems to be about perfect. And Hugh will probably just level it a little bit with the tractor, excuse me, or with John's track hoe, whichever. And we're hoping to get it assembled and ready to put our Lisianthus in by the end of March, 1st of April. Isn't that pretty? I love that so much when the sun is just shining through those trees and that big old barn. But so that's just a couple weeks away now, so we got to get busy with that project. But we have the downstairs pretty much just it's a riot down there. I mean, it is a riot down there. Look how beautiful the sky is, y'all. And it's probably about 65 degrees. It's cooled off a little bit as the sun has gotten lower in the sky. But this is a perfectly clear Carolina blue sky. And I'm weeble wobbling like I've been drinking, and I can assure you that I have not. My granddaddy was an alcoholic, so I know that gene runs in the family, and I have determined never to drink because I do not want to just, test to see if that's a problem I might have. But I'm fairly certain that I have that predisposition because I'm a sugaraholic. So that's another thing we're trying to get control over. You can see all of Chelsea's elderberry starts and her grapevine starts. And we're hoping that they survive. The little guys, the tiny ones, they have, some leaves happening. And actually even the bigger ones too as well. So the really big ones we'll probably just plant here if they survive. And the grapevines, if they come out, we are going to plant them. Not so much for the grapes, because I don't even know what kind of grapes they are, but to make wreaths out of. Last year, if you remember, or this past fall, we used bittersweet, which is beautiful. It's such a beautiful vine. But come to find out, which we hadn't researched first, bittersweet is also invasive, and the berries on it are poisonous. And it's time for these little girls to go back on the porch. Yes, they will live on the porch until we get their enclosure built. Hopefully it won't be too long. They know it's time to go. Watch them. They're anxious. They're waiting for me to come pick them up. But they are so sweet. They are so sweet. Say hi, littles. Say hi. Can you say hi? Bless. These are the two that are in the care unit. One of them, this one over here on right here, she is blind in one eye and gets picked on. And that's the reason Chelsea and Aurora brought her when they brought the last of the peahens and Ratchet. And this little girl has apparently been picked on quite a bit. She has no feathers in her neck. So the two of them are buddies now. So we have Anne and Prissy. But they're sweet. They're sweet. I'll actually miss them when I put them back in. They'll be separated from the other chickens until we're certain that they're not going to be picked on. They may have to live all of their little lives in an enclosure separate from everybody, but it will be nice and roomy. And they'll be able to see everything going on and be involved in the whole chicken yard adventure. But they'll just be safe because there'll be a screen of chicken wire between them and the others. But they're so sweet. And you know what? Both of them lay an egg almost every single day. They're just very good little layers. Oh, it's funny. All right, y'all. I'm going to take my mail in. I did not get a whole 15 minutes, but I got a little bit, so that's fine. It's a start. And I will talk to y'all tomorrow. I want to take you down and show you the grow room. We'll work on that probably in the next day or so. You just need to see all the little green things that are just exploding down there. Just thousands and thousands of them. But have a wonderful, super duper evening. And I'll talk to you soon. Love you much.